showing up tonight. First of all, I'd like to recognize out-of-town guests that have come to celebrate with us. Mr. Marc Laliberté, our President and CEO. Laurent Caron, who's our Chief People Officer. Marc Beaulieu, Chief of Transportation. Susan Williams, Director of Customer Experience, Southwestern Ontario and Western Services. Peter McCarron, Director of Operations, Southwestern Ontario and Western Services. Stephen Spear, Director of Equipment Maintenance, Southwestern Ontario and Western Services. And we have a board member, Wendy King, here tonight as well, and we'd like to welcome you. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Laliberté to come to the podium and have some opening remarks for us.
Thank you, Jim. You hear me well? Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. I'm very pleased to be here tonight in Vancouver. In fact, this is one of the most beautiful cities in Canada, I would say even in the world. So I have a chance. Yeah. And I really had a chance to come often. We were here with the board at the beginning of the month of October. And I came also in August on the Canadian. And that was quite of an experience. We had a wedding on board. So I was almost become the best man, but I took the picture, and I don't know if you saw it on the dialogue, but the picture at the back, took it with my BlackBerry, so it was really fun. So we have to repeat that experience. So we're here tonight to recognize our colleagues for the long and very good service that they had with us. And you know what, since my arrival this year, in January, it looks like it's 10 years ago, it's only 10 months. Time goes so fast, but things are moving so fast also. So I know that time and again that your pride and commitment to VIA. And this evening is really a good time and opportunity to honor that commitment. So here in Vancouver, I think tonight we will recognize close to 34 employees who add up to 40, I think it's 43 years of service, if I include the retirees, and that's pretty good. We also celebrate, of course, these who are just going to retire this year, and they are starting a new transition in their life, which is not a bad transition, as you may know. To those who have been around here for a while, well, I would like to thank you. You're already the foundation of this company, and believe me, it's a very solid foundation. As I said often, the employees are incredible. We just have to reduce the number of silos we've got, and believe me, I'm going to do it. But for the employees, it's pretty good what you're doing on a daily basis. I've got so many experience from customers who tell me how they like the service on board, and you know, it's because of what you're doing on a daily basis. Even if you work in the shop anywhere in VIA, you know, everybody has to keep in mind that we are serving at the end customers, and that's very important for our future. So, ceux d'entre vous qui célèbrent une retraite bien méritée, alors je voudrais vous souhaiter une très joyeuse retraite et vous assurer que l'apport que vous nous avez fourni au cours des années est loin d'être oublié, et on vous en remercie beaucoup. There is also some of you who are celebrating 5 or even 10 years of service. You know what, you're really important to VIA because you are not only contributors today, but you're going to help us to build the new VIA of the future. And of course, VIA has evolved in the past for people who've been there for many, many years. You've seen the changes, and you're going to see changes again because that's the only constant in the universe. Everything changes. And the VIA tomorrow is not bad. It's not too bad because thanks to the investment we have received from the federal government, we will then get more fuel-efficient locomotives, better passenger cars, and you're going to see some of them on the Canadian next year in the fall. improve infrastructure, particularly on the corridor between Montreal and Toronto, where we're trying to remove the bottlenecks in the operation. And also we're going to spend money on the information technology, reservation system, revenue management system, and also e-ticketing. And so you're going to be equipped for people who work on board with the thing they have decided to go with BlackBerry. So by a year, I would say it's going to be deployed everywhere at VIA. So of course the VIA of tomorrow is also we're always going to build on our commitment to safety, efficiency, and keep improving the excellent service to our customers that we've been able to do so far. So there is also one group here that we have to remember and we cannot forget is our families. Some of you are here tonight, and I see that some are really young also, a future employees here. You all deserve recognition because you put up long hours, and I can tell you I've been working with the railroad for a few years also. And without these people staying at home and taking care of the kids and all the problems and issues you may have at home, it would be almost impossible and very, very difficult to do what we've been doing. So we certainly could not do what we've been able to do without the support of our families. So let's give our families a big round of applause. Now Jim has already welcomed one of our board members, Wendy King, so I'm really pleased that she could make it tonight and she could be with us. The board has been very supportive of these employee recognition events, and I really would like to thank them for their support. Well, in closing, I'd like to thank every one of you for your continued commitment to VIA. And now we're going to start the real business and start the presentation of the certificates, and I'll see you later on. Thanks.